Here we go. Last day. The heck? My God, do I have feedback right now? Yes, I do. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys. Whew, what a weekend it's been. Incredibly long, grueling stretch of severe weather, too. But almost done. Currently have a tornado warning. This is a radar indicated tornado warning. This is right on the Georgia Florida line here. This is for Baker County and Charlton counties. Baker is in Florida, Georgia's county is Charlton. This will be in effect until 12:30 EDT, so another 25 minutes. This will be this looks like it's not going to be going anywhere else beyond Tyler, thankfully. It's going to stay in relatively rural territory. So, some good news to be had there. We actually got an upgrade to an enhanced risk today in regards to severe weather. The main threat for today is wind. This is going to be over towards the mid-Atlantic and northeast, where there's already a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings right now there as well. Expecting some mostly linear storms. I'm not really expecting supercells today. They are possible, but not a shoe-in either. Nonetheless, still have to be watchful for all modes here. The hail threat's going to be lower, thankfully, though. But this will be the last day for this severe sequence, and we get a little bit of a reprieve. Also still getting reports from also seeing reports from yesterday coming in still. Some of the damage that I've seen is amazing. Okay, so we'll have some music on in a second. I'd also share the stream too, so alright, so just give me a second here. I'll have everything together after that. Still trying to recover from the last couple of days, truthfully. I am tired. By the way, our tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We still have a multitude of severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have tornado possible tags with a few of these. We do have an 80-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning. It's the first I've seen of that since the stream had started. Oh yeah, there was. It's actually an enhanced risk now, but it started out as a slight. But yeah, I've known about this one for the last 6 days, but because the other days were so much bigger, I didn't really talk about this one as much. This could be a big time mid-Atlantic day where Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia, these guys are gonna kind of get it more. Sound the siren for that. Oops, it's my song, not my siren. I gotta figure out how to get a soundboard working on here properly. One where I can just play my whole song for 5 minutes. But anyway, 80 mile per hour severe thunderstorm warning. So this is a destructive tag for Tuscarawas County in Ohio. Coshocton? These are some weird names. Coshocton, Guernsey, and Muskingum. Muskingum? Muskingum counties? I feel like I'm botching all of these. This is an 80 mile per hour severe thunderstorm heading your way into Cambridge, Orricksville, Rush, Caldwell, and Strasburg. I was about to call it Stratusburg. But you need to treat this almost like a tornado warning, truthfully. It's going to have the same kind of impacts as one. Thing about this line of storms is there's not much lightning with this at all. It's not like we have a whole lot of instability in this region. We have enough, but for the most part, it's just really the overall kinematic profile over towards this region. Yeah, Dayton didn't really get much of anything. Yeah, there was a chance that Dayton would have gotten some action yesterday, but thankfully that never came through. Guys only got one report of severe weather in the entire state yesterday, and that was over to the southwest of Kingston. It was just a 50 mile per hour gust, which technically might not even be severe. Did it hit 58? Nope, that's not even severe limits. So yeah, y'all got lucky. Alright, let's go ahead and get to music going then, shall we? Shall we dance, or should I say, shall we mosh? One more day, though. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not putting up a forecast video tomorrow. We spent 23 of 30 of almost 48 hours yesterday streaming total over the last few days. Over this week, we streamed just about every day, too, so it says a lot. Alright, everything is shared now. Finally. It's not going to start to settle in. I'm going to try to see if we can't get any sort of visual towards these regions as well. I'm also setting up some... I'm also just kind of in the middle of a whole bunch of different things, truthfully. First thing we're going to do is try to get some cameras over towards Ohio. Appreciate your voice. I'm just tired, really. I was trying to. It was tough to even get up after yesterday too. I was just like, dang, I'm exhausted. I'm still getting damage reports even from my own area. Like a couple counties off to my northwest, over toward, well, really one county away. Paulding County in Georgia actually had damage as well. Like quite a few trees ended up going down over there. There's actually speculation that there was a tornado over there. But yeah, multiple trees were down in Paulding County. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I'm still getting damage reports. That's crazy, man. Also, I got a cool little deal that might be in the works soon enough. I'm really excited about that. Don't know if it'll happen today, but I'm just trying to get it set up. Yeah, I mean, I know. I'm just trying to more or less work with what I got. I really will go as far as to say, like, up towards the northeast and the southeast, I would say, probably have some of the best DOT campers I've seen. Like Georgia, Florida in particular are really good. South Carolina's alright. North Carolina's kind of mid. West Virginia actually I think was solid. But it depends on what you're looking for in particular. But yeah, I'll see what I can do with it either way, though, nonetheless. The Ohio cameras. Pennsylvania, I think, also has pretty good cameras, too. But yeah, in the future, we're gonna have a little bit more to offer heading down the line. West Virginia? Wow. That's no good. Well, I'll try and make use of what I got, I guess. Okay, well, let me get this moving here. See if we can get something towards the eastern parts of West Virginia in particular. Also try to set up Pennsylvania too. I didn't really even get a chance to really look at it. Anytime I tried to settle in, I couldn't get anything going. There's a new tornado ones like every 5 seconds yesterday, it felt like at one point. And then they were going PDS on top of that. So, just pure madness. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, yesterday was crazy. I find it crazy how many people called that a bust. Because even if you look at it by the numbers, which reports are still coming in, it's not a bust at all. But I don't know anything, man. I can't tell these people. I can't tell half these folks nothing. Like, that's the craziest part about all of it. I'm actually looking at a tally of the reports from yesterday so far. We're sitting at 36 tornado reports. I've seen pretty significant outbreaks have like less than that. Yep, 36 reports of tornadoes, 138 wind, 27 hail. Not the biggest outbreak I've seen for high risk, but the intensity of the storms. It's exactly what I was looking at. And there's still more, I think. There's still more to investigate. I think there are probably at least a couple. There's probably at least about 40 tornado reports total from yesterday. I just find it crazy how people are calling it a bust, especially considering the intensity of said storms. But like I said, I don't know anything. I don't know anything at all. Yeah, 36 tornado, 109 wind, hail at 25. The count's still coming in. Make sure I don't have any more of these damn carpet beetles. Yeah. And then on top of that, I'll go and say this much. As someone who's lived in Dixie Alley my entire life, numbers don't mean a thing out here. You don't have to have like 50 to 100 tornadoes for it to be a big day. When Dixie is ready to go, she will go, and she will go with it. She will go with a vengeance. And she did yesterday. Then on top of that, Dixie does what she does best at night, honestly. That's the scariest thing about her. Dixie is her most intense at night, I would go as far as to say. Alright, let's see if I can't get these over towards West Pennsylvania. Yeah, we broke it at the very end of the stream last night. It's nice. It's nice to see that 1 and 2 on there. At 1200. Now on to the next already, though. That's the goal, at least. Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? Last day. Finally, we're getting to the end of this. We could take we're probably going to take Monday off and rest. I still got to work. But yeah, we're probably going to take tomorrow off and rest unless well, we'll see. Because there is another storm system I've been kind of eyeballing, and maybe we'll talk about it depending on how things go with this stream. Because right now we still have an 80-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning here too. So obviously this threat still has some prominence to it. This is where the winds seem to be strongest, over towards Deersville and Freeport. Trying to get some cameras set up towards Pennsylvania. I know there's DOT cameras available. I just can't seem to find them. Alright, I think we got something now. $32, huh? I was worried that something like that would happen. Hey, Blondie. Good to see you. Oh, I wonder if you saw my message on Discord. My latest message, I should say. Alright. I got a camera in PA right now. In West PA. So now I can finally get that set up. We can go. I appreciate it. Also, I told Voice, but actually a couple counties over from where I was, there was an apparent tornado that hit over towards Paulding County. It's on the other side of town from me, but still. That tornado warning that we covered did actually produce. And I was thinking that it was based off that velocity signature I was seeing. Isaiah's gonna trip out when he hears that. Me personally, I was never really worried about it. I felt like I was gonna be fine the whole time. I never really panicked or anything. Of course, I let the people I live with know if anything does happen, what we should do, and how quickly it should be done, given the speed of the storms, but I was ready. I appreciate y'all being concerned, though. It's heartwarming. It's heartwarming to my cold, shiny metal heart. Okay, that was just silly right there, but you know what? The heck with it, right? You all know me. I know, Emmanuel, I know. But yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, first of all, I was never worried. Besides, I'm used to this kind of weather, to the kind of weather we had last night. I was honestly more worried that I didn't lose power, and that my building wouldn't get struck by lightning, because that honestly is more scary than anything else. There have been a few times where, like living where I live right now, where I knew a lightning bolt was like right on or over my building. That actually is tornado debris signature. Let me see if I have it as a command. That's something I probably should add to the Streamlabs bot, but I'm not entirely sure if we put it on there. I think Contingents might have added it on a while back, but I'm not sure. Yep, we do have it. TDS. Yep, there it is. Right there. There you go, voice. And then I explained to you guys last night how you would end up finding that on radar too, so now you know how to look for it in the future. But yeah, anytime we sound the siren, there's already a warning there. Oh yeah, all you type in is the exclamation point, and then any of those commands that you see up there, you would be able to ask the bots. Yep. Any of the commands that you see, if you type that in, you get all your info there. We don't really use the Streamlabs bot that much anymore. In the early streams, we used it a lot more. But, it got to be a bit cumbersome to use, so we started cutting back its usage. It still can be used as much if we want, though. But we used to use it for voting polls. We used to use that for overlays, which would show the progress of the channel. But half the time it wouldn't even work, so we just started cutting back. Like this sub counter that you see here is directly from YouTube, for example. That's like right under my face, under my name, under my face right here. Yeah, it works good for asking information, as long as we input the commands. Yeah, we have to program it. Yeah, but all you would have to do is just go through Streamlabs itself, like the Streamlabs website. If you have like a an account with YouTube or Twitch, you can use that to log in, and then there you go, off to the races you go. You can just flat out go crazy with it, but which we kind of did, but we found a better way over time. We actually used to use Streamlabs as our streaming platform, but it was just taking up too much CPU. So eventually we just switched over to OBS, and it's worked a lot better since then. Me too. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was actually close to 19, really. I had like a tiny little flip phone when I was 17 that didn't even work like that, really. That was back when you had to pay for phones by the minute. So, while everyone else had like unlimited data and was already surfing the internet as well, by that point, I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to use this thing, so I really didn't have a phone. Yeah, those were fun times, I'm not gonna lie. Those indeed were fun times. I was a mischievous little rascal then, especially. Yeah, I just saw your message, Blondie. I just responded back. It's nice to have two screens. Eventually I need to set up my third one. No need to apologize. It's okay. It's okay. Just relax. I'm not gonna yell at a grown person in general unless they just do something really, really messed up. Even then. The first time I got a phone, I was the first time I really had a like smartphone, I was already working by that point. My first job was at Dollar Tree. I got it a couple months after I got it like maybe 3 or 4 months after I graduated high school. But yeah, I had like unlimited talk, text, and 1 gig of free data. Free calls after 7. I didn't even get to experience that. My brother and sister did, though. I don't even think they use theirs all that much either, though. Barely use their phones. Back then, they still had the flip phones as well. It's crazy how far we've come now. Dang, I feel old now. Y'all are making me feel really old. And I'm only 30. That's the craziest part. Hey, being a little bit younger, hey, if you feel a little younger, then that's great. You look how you feel. And if you feel like you're 18, you won't age quickly. Typically, that is. There's other factors that go into it, obviously. Ah, sorry to hear that, Blondie. But yeah, at that point, she would kind of need a phone just in case. I hope I never end up in that situation. Hey, you did what you had to do. I respect it. I don't have that number anymore. I still remember the original landline number we had when I was a kid. I still remember my mom's original cell phone number. In fact, let me see what the radar looks. Let me see how bad the radar looks. I want to see if I could actually like mess with her real quick and quiz her. Let me see what the warnings look like. Oh, we do have a couple tornado possible attacks. We'll hold off on that. Or do you want me to do it? Smart play. What do you guys think though? Should I mess with my mom real quick? I mean, I can't bring her in, obviously, but I think I should mess with her. Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to let you hear the conversation because that's probably somebody else's phone number. I don't want to put them at risk either. You know what, daggone, I'm gonna do it. I'll be right back. I gotta do it. I can't resist. It'd be nice to mess with my mom. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, y'all. Hang on. But yeah, I messed with my mom a little bit. She actually remembers that number. Well, I am kind of nibbling on something. So me see if I can get this screen, this whatchamacallit up. This camera over towards Pittsburgh. Alright, oops, let me get that right. What? Why is it not working right? Oh. Oh, that's why I'm hitting the wrong button. It's like, what am I doing wrong? I thought I hit the right button. I was hitting the control button instead of the alt button. Alright, we got the camera working now. That's alright, Isaiah. Nothing to sweat over. We haven't really seen much anything. We had a brief tornado earlier. Over towards like Jacksonville and maybe like Georgia, Florida, on the Georgia-Florida line. But it was very brief. I think we still have a 80 mile per hour severe thunderstorm warning back here. Unless they allowed it to downgrade. Yep, they did. It's back down to 70. But, yeah, you haven't really missed much. Do have one tour possible severe thunderstorm warning over towards Pittsburgh. But that's clearing the city now, so no immediate threats. Hey, what's up, G bro? Oh, did you check Discord, by the way, Isaiah? Remember that storm that we were tracking that was west of me? Over in Paulding County? It did drop a tornado, actually. Or apparently it did drop a tornado. There's trees all over the place. There are reports of down trees all over Paulding. Yeah. Brad Nitz from WSB2 was reporting that too this morning. Yeah, it was an embedded supercell essentially, so I mean I wasn't surprised to see that. I'm just glad it didn't go much further east. I wish I had taken a picture of it. I mean, It's gonna kind of suck to try to go through 12 hours of 12 to 16 hours of stream data in order to find it. It is what it is. Turn the camera back on since I have my little bit of bacon. It's a nice little breakfast. Still have our 70-mile-per-hour tagged severe thunderstorm warnings here and a 70-mile-per-hour report. We actually have one that's out of Clarksburg here. This is about 40 minutes ago. Yeah, I saw that. I have the recorded version. It's gonna take like 1,000 years for YouTube to upload it and approve it, but I have it. But yeah, we got a 71-mile-per-hour gust towards, oh gosh, that name. It's Nutter Fort. Let's not make this into more than what it is, folks. But 71-mile-per-hour wind gust in Nutter Fort, West Virginia. This is reported by the public from a personal weather station. Let's be mature, folks. Especially you, voice. Well, no, not you, voice. Well, yes, you, but especially you, Emmanuel. I need you to especially be mature. Also had a 60-mile-per-hour gust a little earlier towards the, I think this is Canton, Ohio, just north of town too. Oh goodness, another weird number, 69 over towards Greene, Ohio. Thank goodness Baconator wasn't here to see those last two features. Oh, I'm seeing a little bit of an uptrend over here towards Vandergrift right now. Look at how that reflectivity is really starting to light up now. Oh, we're getting even more reports now. This is another 60-mile-per-hour report. This is right about the time I started to go live, just before. So we're already at 3 severe wind reports already. Which one, Isaiah? No, it's tornado possible. It was never warned. But yeah, it did nothing in Macon, thankfully. It did nothing in Macon. Yeah, after you went to bed, there wasn't really much more that happened. Bottle number 1. Cheers. This is water, of course. If I'm gonna drink, I'm not gonna drink on. I'm not going. If I'm drinking alcohol, it's not gonna be on stream. Everclear. No thank you. I'm good on that. Nah, if I was drinking something like that, I would have actually reacted after taking a sip like that. That was a pretty big pull right there. Already knocked out about a third of my water. Yeah, if that was ever clear, I would not have done that. Man, those daggone carpet beetles still have me paranoid. Also, excuse my bed. I'm about to wash my, I'm actually getting ready to wash it. They go crazy with it, not me. I'm a smart drinker if I'm going to drink at all. Which, honestly, I haven't drank in almost a month. Well, yeah, I'm not doing that. No, I know exactly what Epiclear is, Isaiah. I would never. Philly cameras went out pretty quick. So one unique trait about tonight is going to be the fact that we're not going to be seeing a whole lot of lightning out of these. There's going to be a little bit, but you're not going to get anywhere near the same kind of light shows that we would see like yesterday, for example. Convective potential isn't quite as high over towards the region, but even so, with the amount of wind energy, it's not going to take much to get some strong storms over here. I mean, we do have a decent amount of lightning, but I wouldn't expect anything insane. Yeah, today's going to be kind of more of a slightly more chill stream. Everything's going to be easier to keep up with. Yeah, we're just about done with our severe threat towards the south. It's all really going to be up here at this point now, up towards the mid-Atlantic, northeast region. Your storms are about done, Sean. You know that, right? Your storms were supposed to be coming in the early morning. We even talked about it yesterday. I think you might actually be alright. Got another severe thunderstorm warning here. Main concern with that is 60-mile-per-hour winds. Google weather isn't always right. You might get a second round, but I wouldn't expect anything crazy. Let's check your radar right now. Well, this is a stationary front, so you might get a little bit of redevelopment. It's not impossible. Yeah, we broke it right at the end of the stream last night. It was some of Blondie's people that came in at the very end. Speaking of which, exciting. A little later this week, I might have another exciting announcement for us. It's mainly going to be on Discord. In due time, it'll happen. One day. Yeah, and it's funny, I was just talking about her earlier. I actually talked to her briefly. I said to my mom, ironically, because me, Voice, and Manuel were talking earlier about the old days, like with cell phones and whatnot. I wouldn't say that she's like at that kind of level, but my mom, she's been through some crazy events. She can tell you about some blizzards. She can tell you about a lot of stuff that happened here in Georgia, because she's a lifelong Georgia resident herself. Just about. She's learned a bit from me, but she won't remember a whole lot of that. It's been a couple of them. As far south as Augusta, because that's her hometown. That's where her and my dad even met. And she's just about a lifelong resident in Georgia. They did have that one stint where my dad was stationed in Fort Hood. Yeah, eventually they came back in the 90s. And then 94 was my time. Late 94. Fort Hood's in Texas, an army base in Texas. It's also a town. Kind of like how Fort Gordon is in Georgia, even though it's like right next to Augusta. It'll happen to all of us, but I still feel good, so I don't even consider myself that old. I'm pretty young. I have plenty of youthful energy. Have to in order to just come back on here after as long of a stream as I pulled. And it's not like I got a full 8 hours. Yeah, I'm feeling, I'd say I feel pretty good, feel pretty strong. Pretty energetic still. Here we go. Here's where the action is right now. There's some pretty strong winds over here towards Pennsylvania right now. This is just to the east of Pittsburgh. We're kind of close to Johnstown. Yeah, they're borderlines, that's all. I think I just have the opacity up a little higher than I normally do. If so, I don't know how they got that high. Yeah, because they're sharper than what they usually are. This app has been glitching a lot, though. Oh, and here we go. Tornado warning now. I can't get my siren to work. Tornado warning is in effect for Armstrong and Indiana counties in west central Pennsylvania until 1:30. This is over Vandergrift, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. It also has a potential to produce up to golf ball sized hail. Outside of Vandergrift, we have Leechburg, North Apollo, Orchard Hills, Rural Valley, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, by the way. North Vandergrift, Hyde Park, Ernest, Elderton, Creekside, Plumville, Philotica, Atwood, and Crooked Creek Lake Park that are in the path of this potentially rotating storm. Yeah, it's just, I guess the opacity for the borders is just high. Well, yeah, actually you're right. It was a non-zero hail threat. Wasn't even a marginal risk there. Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. I've seen some crazy names in my time of doing this in particular, so I know better than to question anything. Are lapse rates good in those areas? Let me check actually. I mean, they're not. Well, no, not really. I mean, they're not incredible. I mean, they're averaging at about maybe 5, 6, maybe 6.5. The drinking town with a college problem. That name is hilarious. That's hilarious. That's an epic description there. I really think this is kind of being more of a cape-led event. It's mostly a convective-led event. By the way, check some of the reports on Discord, Isaiah. We got another tornado warning. This one is over towards Mount Pleasant. This is for the counties of Fayette and Westmoreland in Pennsylvania. This is located 7 miles east of Mount Pleasant, moving at 55 miles an hour to the northeast. This will be heading towards Legionnaire, Laurel Mountain, Donegal, Loyal Hunter Gorge, Jones Mill, Laurel Mountain State Park, and Acme. If you're in these areas, take shelter. See what this one has to offer. Yeah, that one has 1-inch hail. Also has 70 mph winds for damaging wind potential. Both of these do. Yeah, this one's going up to golf ball size. That's really impressive if I were to say so myself. I'm actually kind of interested now. I want to see what... I'm going to go split screen here. And there's a couple of different things I'm going to look at. Velocity, not the most impressive with the Northern Storm. Southern one definitely looks better. But also, I'm going to go look at VIL for a change. It's been a while since we've done that. I think there's a lot of instability over towards Pennsylvania right now. Yes. Okay. Okay. I was wondering what happened to the... Oh, that's why it's taking its sweet time to load in. This is the same problem I had yesterday. Yeah, this is like 10 minutes behind, but even so, it looks like it's still maxed out. Can't use Radar Mega to save my life for anything hardly anymore. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, now it's showing... Okay, I thought it was showing 101. Nope. Thought it was showing 111. Alright, I'm going to go with, since we're looking in the mixed layers of the atmosphere often with hail, it doesn't have as much to do with the surface, so I'm going to look at the mixed layer. It's not going to show on the screen though this time, sorry guys. No, there's not a whole lot of mixed layer, just a little bit though. About 419 joules per kilogram on mixed layer. Maybe the surface cape is, yeah, the surface base cape is really good actually. We're about 700 to 900. We're ranging at about maybe 700 to 900 there. And it looks like it holds out for a while. Maybe even be like a small corridor where we even may like have 1,000 plus. Check one other thing. I'm going to check out the EHI, the energy helicity. Okay, there it is. Yep. It's good EHI over here towards this region. We're well into the ones and beyond, so just a lot of energy in general with this thunderstorm. Also, that combined with the cape is probably enough to get some decent hail out of this. Probably could have issued a slight risk for this in regards to the hail threat, but it was always one of those last minute unknowns. So no reason to really fault NWS for that one. Yeah, VIL's coming in really slow, so that's an issue. Still a nice little inflow notch there, so still need to keep an eye on it. Gotta get this camera back right. Oh! Uh-oh. If you look on the camera here, it looks like we have an accident that's taken place here. This is off of I-76 at exit 67 on the Irwin interchange. Hope these folks are alright. It doesn't look like there's too significant a damage. I think someone's coming out the car now. Yep. It's exactly what I was thinking had happened too. And I think the front bumper or something or maybe the front headlight probably ended up kissing this vehicle that has a tail light. But even so, you gotta stay around at the scene of the accident, otherwise that's a hit and run. Unfortunate, really. Got a new tornado warning, by the way. This tornado warning, by the way, is for, oh gosh, siren isn't acting right. This is for Westmoreland and Indiana counties. This is moving at 60 miles an hour over Derry. Locations impacted would include Homer City, Chinzy Town and Loyalhanna, Blairsville, Derry, Black Lick. Wow, it's an interesting name. Black Lick. New Florence, New Alexandria, Seward Boulevard, Arma, I'm gonna guess Arma. Lucerne Mines, Brushville. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Someone feel free to correct me on that. Loyalhanna Gorge and Yellow Creek State Park. Some of the most interesting town names that I've found have been either in Texas or Pennsylvania, honestly. Armog? Armog? That's weird. It's weird how that. It's weird how that. That's a weird name. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Armog. I think I get it. I think I got it now. I just hope I don't forget. Did we lose the camera? Okay, there it goes. Bryn Mawr. Aw, that's mean. I mean, I can kind of do stuff like that, but it's a hit or miss thing for me. Sometimes I got it, sometimes I don't. More often than not, I kind of don't. Well, we lost our tornado warning up to the north for now. The Amish. I mean, I try to be cultured at least. At least to a point. There's still a lot I don't know. Okay, so what am I trying to do again? Wait, hold up, guys. Let me see something real quick with that while I'm at it. Okay, that's shearing out. That's good. Yep, this is our only mode left officially. I wonder if the timing might be so in a way to where we get this stream done. We could look at the 18Z models and then that'll probably be it for the day. I'm probably taking a break tomorrow. I can't lie, guys. It's been a grind this week. This whole week, really. Yeah, it still looks like rotation's broad here. We're still let's make no mistake here. We're still dealing with severe thunderstorms with potential of up to 70 mile per hour winds here. So it's not like the threat is minor. Let's not downplay the threat. Oh, dang. The northern storm was confirmed. Okay. So that's ping pong ball size hail. That was impressive. Definitely wasn't on my bingo book for today, but I also looked at the EHI. EHI was above 1. Cape was at about maybe I'd say 700 at the surface, maybe more towards like 700 to 900. It was kind of rangy. And then also the mixed layer was about maybe closer to 600. It was just enough. Yeah, these storms are definitely good hailers, if nothing else. They do have the chance of producing an odd spin up, but the likelihood's going to start to drop off. A second ago, it was actually producing up to $half. So at least it's weak. So it is weakening, but even so, it's maintained its hail potential. The tornado potential's kind of dropped. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it would surpass 100 from the last 2 days. There's still been like maybe 1 or 2 today. we had that one straggler in Florida. In what Arkansas? 56? Oh, 140. Yeah, that's low in DF3. So let's make sure we got this other one right. Okay. This one's still tour possible as well. You know, this one is. Make sure that one isn't. The town is named 56. Come on, Arkansas, you could have come up with a better name than that. Let me open up that DOT camera. Oh, there they are. Sheriffs are on the scene for this accident. Oh, they're towing the other car away. I wonder what happened. Damage didn't look that bad. I thought it would be able to roll off. I guess they're just going to take it to the body shop and get it repaired. Look at us being nosy here. Gotta be careful driving in the rain. You drive too fast, you hydroplane, and then you're just along for the ride at that point. You're just passenger now. Oh, that'd be the state troopers. I didn't know what they actually were. I was just joking. I was kind of more or less just messing about. Yeah, I can't really see them from this distance. Maybe if I widen the screen, then you guys aren't going to be able to see, so I'm just going to leave it as is. But yeah, pretty clear that the authorities have arrived. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what their cars look like, so I can't really differentiate. I think here, well, it kind of varies here too, really. We still have some guys that'll use the darker patrol units, and then they'll have the darker color or black patrol units, and then some people use the black and whites. Some people, it really just depends on. It might just depend on the officer or something, or sheriff or whatever. But we just almost call most of them the sheriff. I actually have a close friend of mine who is a sheriff, actually. Speaking of which, I gotta hit him up, see what he's up to. At some point. He lives a little bit to my south. Well, at least they're going to be clearing the accident scene momentarily here, so just about done with that, so. You have this 70 mile per hour tagged warning over here. over towards West Virginia. I want to try and take a look at that if I can. Just want to know where exactly that is. Okay, Preston and Tucker counties. All right, let's see if we can't pull that. Let's see if we can't pull a camera from there. So it's Preston, Tucker. Parsons. Terra Alta. Nothing really going there. Trying to figure out how I can. Dang it, there's no way to type those in, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I can't really. Nope. Yeah, I don't think they have what I'm looking for over here on this camera. We're gonna go with this one and see what happens. I'm about to pull it up for you guys, what I got. It's not like I got a lot though, sadly. I don't think anything's moved through this area yet. But we should be watching it happen soon. I got a cam over towards Romney. Extended the tornado warning. They're probably anticipating that merge over towards Brush Valley to maybe do something. They also issued a severe thunderstorm watch over towards Buffalo now. I didn't even see a Meslo discussion for that one. It's kind of updated quickly. Oh, I'm just now seeing your comment, by the way, Mafabet. Northern Nevada uses this weird matte black look. You have to show that to me. This road is so quiet. Are all the vehicles moving now? Nope, not yet. Oh, looks like all the vehicles are pulling off now. We got to see our little accident here happen, and now it looks like we're good over here. Zoom out a bit. Probably gonna try to move over towards a camera in Alatuna. Oh, this is a good view. There you go. We're looking at Chestnut Avenue at 4th Street. This is over towards Alatuna, Pennsylvania right now. I think the tornado warning is going to scoot a little bit to the north here. So we might shift this towards Sandy, but you can see the clouds off in the distance beginning to move. We're going to see some strong winds over here towards Alatuna regardless of whether we get a tornado warning. But another thing to keep in mind, there is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado tag on there, tornado possible tag on there. So you have to be watchful because it could be quick. It could be sneaky and drop something, or try to. It's not uncommon, especially over here towards this region. The Poconos can also help assist with that from time to time too. Oh, I gotta use the restroom already, sheesh. Dittendale? Is that further off towards the south? Because I have a sneaky suspicion it is. We might be looking at a little secondary area here. Or is it over towards Poxitani and Sandy? Oh, it's literally right there next to it. Depending on where this camera is facing, we might get a view of it. Must have issued a new severe thunderstorm warning. Yep. It's a large one. This one covers all the way from St. Mary's through Alatuna, Sandy, Hollidaysburg, all the way down towards the border here, really. The border of Maryland, actually. But anywhere along this line, there could be spin-ups. I gotta use the restroom real quick because it seems like we might get a new warning soon. This keeps up. Right now we have one polygon tried. Let's hope that it stays that way. But I will be right. Alright, that's much better. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to babysit these Pennsylvania cameras because they do not stay on long. Alright, so nothing's really changed here. It's good news. Go back to single screen for a bit here. Just kind of see what we get out of that. That little merger might make things interesting, depending on how that plays out. It may actually end up undercutting the storm and taking away the rotation, but a new one might form further to the north as a result. Just don't want to be in full screen. Go back. Thank you very much. Yeah, it looks like this warning's about to expire. Let's go back to reflectivity, velocity really quick just to make sure. Yeah, this is not looking like much of anything right now. So you have to chill for a little bit, it seems. Long overdue considering the fact that we had such a wild 48 hours. Oh, just when I thought it was done. They actually continued? They actually decided to continue it. I guess they're thinking that that merger is going to help it a little further down the line. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I was kind of thinking that it could. I don't see any immediate effects, so that's good. It's still just this one, though. Nonetheless, so not much to worry about. Oops, I lost the camera. Oh, I need to charge my PS4 controller. Also, I see that we've gotten up to 17 likes. Not bad for a slower stream. Anyone that's still new, welcome, by the way. It's the last day of this severe sequence. We might have another one late next week. Just trying to finish this one out for right now. We're up to 61 reports today. And we got a new tornado warning to go with it. This tornado warning is over towards St. Mary's. This is actually the one that you were looking at earlier, Isaiah. This is for Cameron, Elk, and McKean counties. This is capable of producing both tornadoes and straight line wind damage. This is moving northeast at 60 miles an hour while being located over Portland Mills. St. Mary's East Branch Dam and Johnsonburg will feel the impacts of the storm by 2:10, and then we have Betula and Elk River by 2:20. We also have to look at Mount Jewett being impacted further down the line here. What I was saying earlier, though, is we have currently 62. It's still going up. But yeah, we're currently at 62 wind reports for the day already. But as it stands right now, we're currently sitting at 2 tornado warnings. This is still our 80-mile-per-hour gust from earlier. Wait, no, that's pretty new, actually. This is actually from an hour ago. This has just now come in. But this is from the Latrobe Airport. We got an 89-mile-per-hour wind gust. It was over towards Westmoreland County. We also are starting to get some pretty notable hail reports. We actually did get a confirmed golf ball sized hail report over towards New Kingston. These storms are pretty potent in their own right. They're not the big prolific tornado producer, but this is just a clear reminder that these lines of thunderstorms are very potent. We got a third tornado warning now in effect as well. Okay, Siren, what are you doing? Alright, this is just north of Sandy. This is going to be for the counties of Clearfield and Elk. This part of the line is moving at 55 miles an hour. It's over Dubois. This is going to be heading into Penfield and Force by 2:10. So we've got 6 minutes there. And Meadix Run by 2:20. And Benzonet at 2:30. We also have to look out for Treasure Lake, Penn State, Dubois, Weedfield, and Kersey. Also, for those that are driving on I-80, any areas between Dubois and Dubois Route 255 exits need to be watchful from mile markers 97 to 100. So we got 3 different sections of this line that are actually spinning right now. Let's go ahead and go split screen here so you can see everything. But I can see the first one, here's the second one, here's the third one here. I don't expect these to be long lasting. These are probably going to be short lived if they do end up touching the ground. These might only last for about a minute, but if you happen to be caught in the path, the best thing you can do is take shelter. Because it's not like these can't be strong at times. I'm not necessarily expecting that to be the case, but better safe than sorry. Trying to make sure I get some reports from these storms here, guys. I'm sorry for the silence there. Just trying to dig around and see what I can find. Also need to check out that camera over towards one of these tornado ones. I'm sure I have access to at least a few of them. Alright, which area are you in? And even then, I wouldn't be too scared in this situation especially. Allegheny County. Allegheny County is not under a tornado warning. If you're under a warning, then you need to take shelter. Best thing you could do if you end up under a warning is to go to the lowest floor possible, get into an interior room, try to make sure you cover your head. But the good news is you're not under tornado warning. There's a difference between watch and warning. So a watch means that basically you have the ingredients for a tornado in the atmosphere, or like basically think of it as like making a taco. If you have a watch, basically you have what's required. You basically have the ingredients to make the taco. The warning is when, okay, there is a taco. Oh, you're on the top floor of a tiny apartment. Is there any way you could get to a lower floor if a warning gets issued? Did I lose the West Virginia camera again? Well, there's no need for you to do anything right now. If Allegheny ends up under a tornado warning, I'll let you know, of course. But right now, you're okay. And it looks like these storms are kind of weakening at the moment. They're still going to be strong. You're going to get plenty of thunder and lightning, but right now, you're okay. Yeah, just keep your eyes open. But the good news is, even with these tornado warnings right now, nothing's on the ground. So just... yeah, or a mobile home. Unfortunately, a lot of people this weekend were in mobile homes when tornadoes occurred, and, well, there's been unfortunate news, I'll put it that way. Oh, you gotta go, Isaiah? It's alright. It's not really a whole lot going on. I can handle this. Appreciate you being on standby at least. From max velocity, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, there's been quite a few fatalities since then. Well, things got kind of interesting from my area. Your area was fine, Renita. My area, however, over towards Paulding County, there was actually a tornado that ended up occurring, knocking a bunch of trees down over there. I don't know how strong it was exactly. Yes, I do have correlation coefficient, by the way, metalhead. I can tell that there's not anything on the ground, though, because of the velocity here. So if you look over towards these areas here, what I'm looking for is a velocity couplet. It's usually where I would see the green or the red touching, or if I'd see like a tiny little blotch of green going right there, you'll have some rotation, but it's not showing up with a strong couplet or anything like that. So as a result, I don't think there's a tornado on the ground. It's still spinning, but it's not spinning strongly enough. Yeah, there's small rotations all across the line, but as of right now, there's no tornado on the ground. I can tell you that for sure. There's nothing to worry about right now. Obviously, we know things can change. And if something does happen, I'll be able to let you know. Just trust me on this one. I got you. And if it makes you feel even better, I'm trying to pull up some cameras over towards State College right now, because that looks like our next area of interest. If I can get my cameras to pop up on the screen, come on. Come on. Uh-oh. There we go. It's starting to go now. Alright, so about northeast of town. Let's get over towards... There we go. That's what we like to see. We have a good view of the sky over towards Kylertown and Phillipsburg, and that's where these storms are getting close to. Yeah, a lot of the DOT cameras here aren't the best. Not to bash Pennsylvania, but the quality on these cameras are not great. Hi, Shiori. It's going all right. It's going all right. Relax, man. Okay, I got you. I promise you, I got you. The velocity on this last storm to the south has kind of downtrended a bit. Like there was a decent couplet a couple scans ago. Might want to watch this area a little further towards the south, if anything. I don't know if I won't even look at it if it's compressed that bad. Alright, where exactly is the Cumberland camera? Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to look at it. What town is it near? Cumberland MD camera. Okay. Cumberland, Maryland. So I'd have to go to that DOT. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to keep our eyes here right now. Let's hope I never have to use that camera, because I probably won't. Probably won't have anything to do with that. Might even make me start cussing. But yeah, this camera isn't great, but it's not terrible. Yeah, you can see the clouds off in the distance moving. The colors look wrong, and it's super pixelated. And this is supposed to be in Maryland, you said? Where's all that money from Capitol Hill going? They need to do that. They need to put some of that into their cameras. West Maryland? Wow. That's kind of a shame. Oh, I know where it is now. I see where you're getting at. Oh, you don't like it there? So hypothetically, if you had it to move, where would you go? Because if you don't like it there, feel free to move. I know not everybody gets that option. Oklahoma? But you do know if you go to Oklahoma, though, you're going to be dealing with even more tornado watches and probably warnings. And you're nervous about this one. Are you sure you want to do that? I'm just going to be honest. Like, if you go to Oklahoma, you do know what you're asking for, right? Okay. As long as you know. Like Beaver County, yeah, you'll see more tornado watches and warnings there than you will here. Oh, you are a storm enthusiast. Okay. All right. As long as you're happy with that decision, then I'm not gonna question it. Where's my water at? Me too. I like Pecos Hank and Hybrid. Well, I don't follow High-Risk Chris as much. But Pecos Hank has been one of my favorites even before I started my own channel. I did live coverage of Rolling Fork. My stream actually crashed multiple times. But yeah, I've been around for a little bit actually. I've been streaming weather events for the last couple of years. But I've had this channel for about 3. It's going to be kind of a weird year for tornadoes. A lot of that's going to have to do with the Enzo region. We're kind of transitioning from El Nino to Enzo neutral. Or not El Nino, but La Nina to Enzo neutral. If anything, I think we're already just about at Enzo neutral, but usually once we're transitioning, we have a weird period of weather. And such has been the case this time around. Yeah, I know. We already had a high risk. I mean, it was a pretty big day still. It just wasn't the super outbreak that everybody was thinking that it could be. But it wasn't a bust. Well, I mean, I've been covering weather for much longer than I've been on YouTube. I've been interested in it for longer. It's not the first time we've seen high risk in March. Like, I remember 331 in the same year that you were talking about with Rolling Fork. Rolling Fork happened in March. So, I mean, really, it's just whenever, I just kind of look at it as whenever conditions are favorable, it can happen. Any risk. Because one thing I've learned, if you categorize severe weather with a month, Mother Nature is going to prove you wrong every single time. And it never fails. And it may not be immediate, but eventually it happens. From last year? Yes. I don't think I was able to go live for that event. I think I was stuck at work that time. I might have been live for it. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe I caught a piece of it. I don't know. Hard to say. But I do remember at least hearing about it. I actually want to check and see if I was live for it. What do I use? So it depends on what you're asking me that I'm using, what I'm using for, really. Obviously DOT cameras, we know the deal there. This is my final month with Radar Omega. It is not free, but I wouldn't recommend it anyway, hence why I'm leaving them. Because reasons. Well, really the app's just been unreliable the last few months. But I would use WeatherWise. WeatherWise is actually free, and it's very good. It has a lot of features available. A lot of people are about to switch over to that. They also might have a plus feature too. I haven't heard too much about it yet, but I would actually recommend WeatherWise for that. Yeah, WeatherWise. WeatherWise has CC. WeatherWise has velocity. Basically everything that Radar Omega has. WeatherWise has it, and it's all free. The only things that WeatherWise doesn't have, which I'm sure they're going to add in the future, would be most likely a multi-regional scan, and then the ability to search a particular area. Yes, if there's rotation or a tornado, yeah, it has the cones. I started using it yesterday, but since I was so unfamiliar with it, it was kind of hard to use it during a full-on tornado outbreak, so it's kind of a tough ask for me. The next event I live stream, I'm probably going to be using it exclusively. You can download it on your phone, or you can use the desktop version. It also has storm chasers that you can watch on there as well, and has cams too. Yeah, you don't even have to download the desktop version. You just literally click a button and it lets you in. But yeah, WeatherWise is really, really good. Yeah, I'm only using Radar Omega because this is the last billing cycle for me. Oh, it's weatherwise.app. Yeah, don't worry, that got me too. Trust me. It's weatherwise.app. Don't put in com. You'll never find it. Yeah, weatherwise.app. Should be able to find it now. Oh, there's no desktop download. You just hit the launch button. If it says launch desktop, just hit that. It's not an out of source software just yet. I think it's coming though. So you'd have to use the internet for that anyway. And hey, look at that. No more tornado warnings for right now. Yeah, I had a feeling that those velocities were downtrending pretty significantly. It's towards the bottom, or it shouldn't be. Alright. I'm going to show you how to use it real quick. Just give me a moment here. I will show you how to use it. So you launch the browser app. Alright, 1 second. Wait, what's going on here? Why is it not? There it is. Okay, there we go. I'm going to move these cameras off the screen right now because there's nothing going on them anyway. Been trying to keep up with them. Do have a new tornado warning pop back up. I guess it was a reissue, so we're not going to sound the siren in this case. I hope this is not a thing where Radar Omega did that weird little glitch with the polygons. It doesn't seem like it, but I'm not entirely sure. That's the thing, I can barely trust this app anymore. It's sad. Oh, you see something on Vale Summit? I'll show you I'll pull that up in just a second. Let me show you how to use this real quick. Since I said I was gonna do it. Alright. Oops. I want that. I want the radar first. There we go. Yeah, if you see something on velocity, it'll pop up here, but right towards this part of the screen, it's the third one right here up in the top row. Correlation coefficient. It's going to be a different color, so it might be a little different than what you're used to. But yeah, this is your CC right here. Yeah, that's how you would find it. And then you just look for any other sort of radar features through here, and that's it. No problem. Hold up. Let's go here. Go back to that. There's going to be holes in the radar data near Jericho, and my brain's not working. 3 days of third day in a row of streaming, so a little tired, not gonna lie. But big old block of black near Jericho on CC. Alright, so if you're gonna use the correlation coefficient, just make sure you match it with I don't really think I've ever messed with Spectrum with before. Some of my favorites obviously are the main three, which is reflectivity, velocity and of course CC, but I also use the hydrometer classification. Of course, that's for hail. The vertically integrated liquid is another way to get a good look at ice crystals within a thunderstorm, echo tops. I like using those. Storm totals, I usually look at that for flooding. Spectrum width is always one I've never used, though. I can't lie about that one. I've never used a specific differential phase. Oh. Yeah, I never messed around with spectral width. Just relax a little bit. Just relax. So differential reflectivity. That looks a little. This is the first time I've actually used that. I think I've heard of it before, but it's been in very vague detail. Oh, this leads to like, this is better used for flash flood detection. Since it's dual polarization. I'm still kind of new to dual polarization. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Save my life. But this is better. This is a better look at the. This gives you a more accurate look at precipitation as a whole here. If you're looking for tornadoes, this is not the best look. But it takes out some of the ground clutter. Like if you were to go to regular reflectivity, for example, and I think regular reflectivity usually does a really good job, but every once in a while, especially as you get closer to a radar site, you can sometimes get a lot of ground clutter. You can get chaff, sometimes tornado debris. But yeah, dual polarization. If you're using that to like try to snuff out anything like a tornado, kinda useless. And it still does not give like exact like precipitation type at ground level. But yeah, that's pretty much all types of dual polarization. Learned something new today, huh? We both kinda did, truthfully. Okay, that's a little heavy for you guys. I'm gonna turn that down. That's a little too much. There you go. Smithport? Smithport? Wow, that's interesting to name it that. There's a tiny little notch there. Kind of hard to tell if it's doing anything right now. We'll give it a couple radar scans. That's what I would do. I would give it a couple radar scans. We do have another tornado warning to the south now. I can't get my siren to go. But in any case, though, We have another radar indicated tornado warning. This one is also for Cameron Center, Clearfield, Clinton, and Elk counties. This is in north central Pennsylvania until 3 p.m. This is over towards Lecontes Mills to Woodland, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Cartius and Pine Glen will be in the middle of this storm within the next minute. We also have to watch out for Wollaston, Driftwood, Cuylertown, Clearfield, Lawrence Airport, and Grass Flat. Anyone on I-80, you need to be on the lookout from Penfield to Snowshoe exits, especially from mile markers 118 to 133. Be careful. I mean, that line's gonna still be passing through your area in just a little bit here. You don't have any warning, so you should be okay. Just make sure you stay safe. Alright, so it looks like we got a little bit more reasonable of a song for you guys to hear. Alright, so we're back to 2 tornado warnings again. My shoulders are stiff today. Very stiff. Bottles are done. 2 bottles down. Fell short of the goal yesterday of about a gallon of water. But overall, I think we did well. I'm gonna have to get almost a whole case of water from this weekend. Alright, so I'm gonna check something on models here. I'm trying to see just how far to the east this threat persists, by the way. Because like I said, if the timing is right, I'll probably even go over the weather models before we end the stream. Especially depending on how many people are left over. Not what I wanted. Actually, that does work out fine. Got another tornado warning now. This one is for counties of, counties of McKean and Potter. And this is located over Keating Summit, moving northeast at 70 miles an hour. Wow. This thing's picking up at forward speed. It's going to be over Roulette and Coldersport in the next 7 minutes. We have also Ulysses, Oswego, and Sweden Valley in the path of this storm. We have to also be watchful of areas around Route 6 from east of Port Algany of west of Coldersport. If this does end up touching down, even though I expect it to be brief, I would expect it to also be rain wrapped as well. So don't go outside looking for this one. Odds are you're not going to see it. Rain wrapped tornadoes are nothing to play with, especially with them moving at this speed. These storms look like they're going to take a while to clear out of here. I don't know how long we'll be live for. We'll see how these warnings play out here. Got quarter-sized hail from this storm. And that was about almost 40 minutes ago. Almost up to 20 likes, folks, by the way. I appreciate that a bunch. Thank you guys for all tuning in up to this point. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning on the south side of this storm system now. Ooh, this might be a radar hole right here. It's going to be hard to see anything. 60 miles per hour. We'll stick with these up north. Hi, Mia. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm still trying to wake up. The only problem is my body doesn't handle coffee well. It's not that I don't like it. It's just not from my body just tells me, hey, what are you doing every time I do that? So, unfortunately, I have to leave it alone. But I found a nice little supplement. Some ginger and some lemon. It's a nice little stimulant in its own right. I mean, there'll be a... Well, let me look at the Cape for your area, because I am looking at a weather model right now, even though it's not on screen. Yeah, it's part of how I got through these last few days when it comes to weather coverage. Because we've been doing live streams just about all week talking about discussions, and then we took it further when we got to Friday. We did the live for about 8 hours there. And then we did yesterday, which was obviously about 16, even though YouTube shows it for 12. I don't mind tea, but Yeah, I like ginger though. Well, Mia, I can understand a little bit of your concern. You do have a good bit of cape available. You're at about 1,000 plus. Some areas could be getting up to about 1,200, especially towards Central Virginia. So I'm definitely understanding where you're coming from there. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I remember when I used to drink all that. I started to get away from it. I'm starting to just make a lot of my own stuff. I'm trying to get into juicing a little bit every once in a while. Some bananas, some strawberries. Yeah, there's a lot of cape left over as we get later into the evening for this region even. So it could be a little bit of resurgence even now. So it could be another long day, but it really just depends on how these storms behave. I don't expect it to be anything crazy though. These storms look like they can form after 8. We'll see what happens with these. That'll determine things, but this northern mode, I would anticipate this to probably linger for a little bit. Maybe till like 6 or 7 at the latest. Yeah, the further we get into New York, it looks like it's gonna slow down. We'll see what happens there. Then a new set of storms looks like it fires about 6 o'clock, and those might be the ones that are towards your area, Mia. The good news is, however, if I were to look at anything along the lines of like bulk shear, it's looking like it's rather minimal. We still get up to about 20 knots plus here, so don't let your guard down. But even so, I wouldn't say anything's like, I wouldn't say you have an environment that's like terrible. It's like, oh, this is definitely going to be an outbreak. There could be a couple of severe storms that pulse up here and there. Where did you have it? In your area? You think there was an unwarned tornado? Do you have any radar images that you could share on Discord so we could look at it? Where was it? You gotta tag me, you gotta show me. Yeah, you're gonna have to show me what you had going on there. I mean, that could still have been damaging winds. I mean, this storm system has produced more damaging wind reports than anything else, so depending on how bad the damage is, maybe the National Weather Service themselves might end up surveying it and verifying whether it was a tornado or not. Thing is that those damaging winds are strong enough they can do the same kind of damage as a tornado. One thing that you would look for, and the best way to probably do this is to look from an aerial view. Yeah, do you know if you can find the radar image though? I mean, it doesn't matter if a warning didn't get issued as far as the National Weather Service is concerned. If they find out about damage, they'll likely survey it. That's not a warning exclusive thing. But if you know what radar was looking like at the time, that would probably be a key factor to that. Also, if your area didn't get much in the way, if your area got a lot of rain recently, then that can also weaken the root system. So there's that as well. But right now, from what you're telling me, it seems like almost anything could be possible. It could have very well been a tornado. It could have very well just been the strong winds from the storm system as a whole. We've had strong winds ongoing around most of the eastern half of the U.S. for the last several days. So really, at the end of the day, anything's on the table. Can't rule anything out. I just need some concrete proof in order to help you figure that out. Okay. I'm opening that up right now. Okay, multiple trees down, power lines, alright. Wish you could have got a loop. If there wasn't a tornado warning right now, I'd look at it a little bit more closely. I could probably pull that loop up if I'm being honest though. And if there's damage reports, they should be getting called into the Storm Prediction Center or the National Weather Service. If they're in the National Weather Service, they should be. Well, they haven't popped up on Radar Omega yet, but that could be because of any reason, really. We know how this app is recently. Alright, let's see what this has to offer us here. Trying to find a good radar site. This is a bad spot for radar right here. Mainly because of the mountains. It looks like we have some strong to severe thunderstorms over here towards Mill Creek. This is in West Virginia. Sneaking into Virginia itself. But we're in a little bit of a radar hole, so it's kind of hard to see anything. Might have to go with tilt 2 actually. But even then, we're kind of far from the radar ring too. On the far side of that radar ring. This is probably the best I can do. It's getting chilly in here. I wish I hadn't taken my covers off a bit. Well, let's try tilt 3. Yeah, I can't see jack squat with this. Alright, we're down to one tornado warning again. In a moment here, if we lose this one without any others coming back, I might actually be able to check that out in a minute. Alright, welcome back, Isaiah. We have a couple pesky tornado warnings here and there. We still have a few severe thunderstorm warnings. We got a little southern sector that's kind of firing off here. Tornado threat as of right now towards that region looks relatively benign, but we're going to wait and see what happens there. Okay. I need to work on my posture a bit more. Birmingham surveyed one of 2 tornadoes, huh? Or 2 tornadoes? Okay. Oh, we got a new person on Discord. That's nice. That's Blondie's friend. Yeah, I was seeing the track. I was seeing some of the tracks. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for all those surveys to be conducted. Yeah, I'm interested to see what that brings. The one thing about that one is, though, the fact that we know that the building code over towards Mississippi is not the best. So, can't really make any speculation there. Do I think it would be capable of EF4 Plus? Yes. Will the DIs be able to verify that? I'm not so sure. Same thing with a couple of those storms in Alabama as well. Even though they didn't get they didn't get that Tor E status. It's not like that matters. Hey, what's up, Amputee? Yeah, I saw that. They didn't get any bigger than that, so a lot of you guys that voted on that poll and said baseball-sized hail, good stuff. Very good stuff. Oh, you voted Apple? Oh, no. Oh, that's an L right there, man. Dang. It's kind of funny. That's kind of funny, though. I can't lie. But if I'm being honest, I think I would have probably voted Apple myself, but obviously I can't. So, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that too. I'm really interested to see how that ended up coming to be. Also, by the way, Shiori, thanks for joining our Discord. Glad you found it. Our little server's starting to grow. Yeah, no. Yeah, this one's pretty chill for the most part. Every once in a while things will get a little heated, but I think we usually do a pretty good job of keeping things relatively tame. But sometimes it also is pretty, but up until recently it's been kind of dead in there. But with the increased amount of activity we've had, it's been pretty good. Sure does. This is usually when we see the most growth on the channel, too. Well, it depends on hurricane season, too. Yeah, we covered just about everything, though, truthfully. We'll cover winter storms on here, too. We covered quite a few this year, didn't we, Isaiah? We even had a couple blizzards that was really interesting. Especially that Gulf Coast blizzard. Like, that was something. Like, that was something that would have never been on my bingo book. Probably not in my lifetime. It was surreal to see places like New Orleans having whiteout conditions, like a full-on blizzard. Wow. Then my area getting 3 inches of snow in like 2 hours was pretty crazy too. Yeah, I might not get much snow at the rate it's going, you know. On a real warming trend right now. Northeast in recent time has been kind of slow when it comes to winter weather. It's definitely not the way I remember it. Oh, I thought you were in the Northeast. Oh, you're in Arizona. I got another view in Arizona. She's actually a member of Macabet. She tells me all the time about how weird the weather is there. And she's like right on the edge of the mountains, I think, too. Yeah, you guys, sometimes you guys are just begging for even just a drop of rain. And sometimes it'll miss you literally by a couple miles. You could look down the valley and you'd be able to see it clearly where it's raining. I wish I could give you some rain every once in a while. Maybe not so much the thunder and the lightning, because, well, yeah, wildfires. But I'd at least give you the allowance of like one rain shower, maybe. I don't know. Sounds about right. Every once in a while you'll get something like that here too. Especially during the summertime, you'll get these little popcorn thunderstorms, as we call them out here. Or pop-up thunderstorms. I call them popcorn thunderstorms. But yeah, they'll pop up, and if you end up under it, you'll get heavy rain for as long as maybe 15 minutes even, depending on if they're moving or not. Because they'll sometimes be just completely stationary. But just up the street though, dry as can be. You'll hear all the thunder, you'll hear all the lightning, but you'll get absolutely nothing. It's amazing how it works sometimes. I find it amusing here though, especially with the amount of humidity that we end up having. And then those storms, I really enjoy trying to predict those. Because I can read clouds, that's one thing about it. I can read the early stages of storm development. Swelling cumulus is what you're looking for. Cumulus towers. One of my favorite things to see, especially when I'm at work. Whenever it's hot outside and I start seeing those little swelling cumulus, I can't help but smile because it's like somebody's about to get some rain. I would hope that it's me. But you know, it is what it is. Give me a moment, you guys. I will be right back. I got something I gotta take care of. Carpet beetles suck, man. Hey, no more tornado warnings. Hey, Isaiah, I got a question for you, by the way. So, Mia earlier was talking about the potential of maybe a tornado going through her area. She's over towards Fredericksburg. Mind examining the radar with me just to make sure. That it was, just to make sure we can verify whether it was or wasn't. There haven't been any reports from the NWS over there. I don't think anyone called them in either, which I think is the big issue, but let's see if we can't verify it. There's a complex from earlier. Go with 30 frames just to be safe. Okay, 30 frames is not enough. Okay. Go 50 then. Alright, well, I guess we confirmed that that was indeed the empty wins. Yeah, yeah, I'd say so too. It was straight line wins. Win bags. I'm glad you used that term too, because that's what we use on the channel too. Members actually got the win back. We actually made a win back emoji for the members too. It's like one of the first emojis we made. So yeah, whenever we cover derechos or like bow echoes or anything, you might see those emojis spammed in chat. Yeah, we try to keep things fun around here for the most part. When things get serious, I mean, we get more serious, but for the most part, we're a pretty chill channel here. We don't take ourselves too seriously around here. Yeah, it does get too... Yeah, when it gets serious like that, it's no fun, like you said. And then on top of that, being tense all the time isn't good for you at all. It's not good for anyone. I'd rather be down to earth any day of the week instead of being worked up and arrogant or anything like that. It just seems like it's kind of useless. Well, at least we got that done. Justin, I want to thank you for allowing me to show your feed. Would love to work with you more in the future. I don't know if you're allowed to message on Discord or not Discord, but actually you do have Discord. Jeez, I can't even think straight. It's been a while, a few days. But if you want to talk on Discord or Twitter, feel free. I was meaning to actually message you before the event got started, but I was stuck at work. And then as soon as I got home from work, I had to start streaming. Oh, this one's a little bit heavier. I'm gonna turn that one down just a hit, just a skosh. Okay, alright, awesome. I'll probably, I don't know if it'll be today or tomorrow, but I'll try and leave a message. But yeah, man, thank you for allowing me to show you off on the stream. If there's anything in Arkansas again, or just let me know whenever you're chasing. I'm happy to do so again. I'm just hoping that this event's almost done. Yeah, I'm also, well, I don't know if Torex had told you. That's the nickname I gave him. I don't know if Torex told you, but yeah, I do forecast videos too. So even though you probably make your own, um, just keep an eye out because I'll usually look about 2 weeks in advance. But obviously, I won't hype it up like these other guys. I can't